Hi, I wanted to share my sweet Bikkurriman sticker collection with you. Maybe an American's take on a Japanese tradition. So I first started collecting Necros Fortress characters, and they came with cards, little mini squares, and those mini squares represented different illusions like fake doorbells, fake light switches, fake flies on the walls, fake stains, fake things that were like optical illusions to kind of trick your family. You know, kids living in Japan wanted to pull pranks. So a lot making toys, a lot make candy. Bikkurriman were the stickers that they put into these little chocolate wafers, sometimes with nuts, and they became a viral sensation. And they even got intervened with by trade laws in Japan, because kids were collecting them so much because of their rarity. They would throw the candy away just because they wanted the stickers. So they had to change the rarity so that kids didn't get hyper obsessed with collecting them. So lots of tradition of the Japanese culture is kind of embedded, like little in jokes. I don't know any of them compared to how many there are, but each sticker has a character, usually one character. Here's a double character, like a character inside their face. So sometimes they're nested, and they at least have like 5 accessories each. You could analyze them to death and find out how many little characteristics are hidden. You know, he's got a texture on his clothing. He's got an animal characteristic, and then there's always these little emblems in the corner. They got their name. He's got a mouth in his mouth, for crying out loud. You know, there's something going on in each one. You could write a paragraph about the disposition and the references. Duck with the pacifier, kids' toys, bandana, patch on his head, swan hidden, scar, teeth, lots of stuff. So I'll just show you them all and bring out some highlights. And they do cross franchise connections. There's always a head with a small body. The head's always at least half the size of the character. Some people call them mandalas occasionally. You know, they're very concentric. You can even see that the ring, the background's always trying to say focal point center. Every single one. Here's a focal point bottom, but most of them are focal point center. The eyes here take up like 20% of the field. And they got wheat staff. Lots of recurring characters. They'll bring around the same recurring characters to mesh with the characters from the franchises. Here's one character from Fist of the North Star, maybe Fist of the North Star 2. Evangelon, bad guys. That looks like Princess Peach, so maybe a little reference to Nintendo. This is probably reference to like Angel Demon, or one of those series. And you can see on the back they say that half the value of the Bikkurriman stickers is a story that they tell. So in the back of all of these, there's 2 people and an institution fending off or trading or versus a guy on the left. So usually the guy on the left is a monster, and the guys in the middle are you know, first confrontation and then like support character and then institution. So there's always a story, and you could, you know, probably type in this story and these characters into like an AI machine, and it would automatically make you a mini-series cartoons show. Love this one. One of the bad guys from Evangelon, I think. There's Zeus. He comes back. He's a recurring character. There's a pantheon of a couple characters. Here's another old wise mage character that you get occasionally. Same character here, going through cherishing an angel baby and dealing with a little bratty kid. Ooh, wow, look at that. Gundam buddies. So it's kind of fun, the deformation style. The face and the small hands, a head with hands coming out of its ears. Here's another series that tried to take off with the similar Bikkurriman style. You can see the back of the cards show an arrow saying this character goes to that character. This one's got a gun, pails, bottle of ramen, woman clothing, and kind of like a pauper or a homeless person. There's Zeus again. There's a Lamia Lilith character. Sometimes they'll drop English language into them, and then here's first reference to the baseball playing field. They had a couple series with baseball, kind of crossover. And then here we have a character that's using the Christian cross as a bazooka, which is interesting. Here's a matriarchal figure. She's got rice in one hand and milk in the other, some kind of nurse deity. She's got lipstick as a crown there. And a lot of them are printed on shiny gold foils, and some of them are printed on holograms. These ones from the other series, occasionally they're just bland. They don't have any hyper material. Here's one of the hero characters. He looks like he's kind of Mayan tradition, and she's like got this hypnotizing earring. Here's a character that can be understood upside down, right side up, and here's a kind of anthropocentrism. They turn this wave that's taking over what looks like to be an Arab country into a personification of a water demon, and it looks like he's holding a candle. There's a maybe reference to Escher, maybe reference to Kubert. Here's a blackface character, which we couldn't have in America as an icon in our day and age. There's Zeus again. Zeus. Fun characters. Here's a weird elephant with lips everywhere. Here's a monster baby who's made out of their crib. The bassinet, their stroller is their body. Here's a zombie that's coming out of a well. So lots of perspectives and unbelievable juxtapositions. Here's like a Noah's Ark on top of a Kappa imp. There's a baby toy as a nose for a character. Here's one of the undead bad guys, the green hued skin. Here's like a mage or a shaman out of a stork or a buzzard. Vulture character. Lots of kind of like saintly deities, sages, and kind of like religious robes. You can see the concentric flay from the ceiling, center. Here's someone that's on the baseball field again. There's an Oni with 2 horns, skull mage. Cute little girl with a bell for a dress, which is kind of interesting, and her private parts are literally just like a wagging, ringing bell. It's kind of frightening concept. Here's that mask. I'm not sure what might be a ninja mask with the side grates. You know, there might be traditions that I'm completely unaware of. Guaranteed. They did some verses, like kind of bipolar duality. Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde characters. He's overlaid. He's got a dark side and a light side. So yeah, you know, bad, good, conflict within the human. Some deity worship of Zeus, and then face-offs between 2 characters. And sometimes they're monochromatic, which you'll see later. They have like complete foil holograms that don't have any color, just the wow texture of the interior prism. This person's got a voodoo doll nailed to their forehead, kind of frightening. And then here's the forehead again spewing ink, so the ink for that squid's coming out of their third eye. And here's a support character. Zeus is sending the ninja priestess into a battle. So you get enough stickers and you start seeing interrelationships between the characters. Which ones are teachers, which ones are warriors. Here's some kid styles. This one he's got like the person he's defeated under his arm. This woman's got kind of like the world spirits. She's got mind and whirlpool and heart and sun and time all in her cloak. This person is looking at the demon inside of their shadow or the water puddle. Writing on the forehead, head made of book. So oftentimes they'll take an inanimate object and just give it a face, give it a centerpiece. Bamboo sword. Two characters there like a Lawrence of Arabia. This person's got a circlet with like a prism strobe ball. Here's a kind of a computer tape machine. It says VR, maybe it's virtual reality. So sometimes there's these android characters. This person's head is in the clouds. Their head's literally a mountain. This person's sort of like a color monster with antenna with brushes and a kind of like a submachine color tube. Here's like a fish that's working as a farmer. Lots of double faces. Their helmets, you know, long tradition of wearing an animal as a helmet to be a personification in combat. Strange character here. It's kind of like a wooden mask with a serpent tail. This guy reminds me of like American Madballs, a Cyclops demon. There's the ninja again, the vampire again. There's the baseball motif again. Zombie. White skin. Man behind the mask. Everyone's got something going on their third eye. Everyone. Here's the first two examples of kind of monochromatic. They're hard to experience in bright light that you can revel in them better. Shell over the mouth. There's Zeus. There's like an Athena warrior. Here's that clown guy. There's like a woolly mammoth for a forehead cover. And then here's some kind of like power balls, six gauntlet Dragon Ball kind of things. Armor made out of crystals. This guy turned into a big bad guy. He gets a lot of coverage. Looks like he's a like an evil imp clown that comes out of an egg. He's still wearing his egg as a, looks like it's a zipper, like unzipped teeth of that ball. He's got a castle on his forehead. There's the duality of night and day. Duality of fear, panic, shock. There's those elemental balls in the background. Nice action pose for that guy. He's coming at you. Happy little vampire with a cat umbrella. There's Zeus. Those are the same guys. There's that clown again. There's the death mage again. Here's Zeus. I'm not sure. That's that other guy. He's like the benevolent other Zeus. This reminds me of the Alexander armor from Final Fantasy. And again, she's got a building as a hat. Vampire colored clothing. There's from Dai's Adventure, or we call it Dragon Quest or Dragon Warrior in America. I can't help but think that's Charlie Chaplin, but he's got golf clubs. There's one of those Deathbringers from an anime series. Funny character there, like a paper shredder, Cookie Monster character. These two kind of space laser, futuristic vaporwave characters are different series completely. And this guy's got Nautilus shell as a head, but then the head's on the crotch area. Absolutely crazy monkey here, like gelatin goo tendrils coming out of him. Here's a fun treatment. Sometimes they'll release the exact same character in chromatic variations. There's a third eye in a cloud, third eye in a shell. These two are from a different series, not Bikkurriman. Little different treatment on the back. Not from Lotte. There's that main character, the demon sister and the hero brother from Demon Slayer. That fun pig buddy. So they kind of hybridize in the Bikkurriman style all the major characters from anime series. So you got Demon Slayer, and here is an introduction of like he experienced like this series. The archetype of Zeus is kind of experienced through that character. So they try to put together like here's the ninja warrior lady. She's connected to that main character from the Demon Slayer series. And then here it's like who is she? She's the Mayan warrior hero. Who is he? You know, he connects to the male ninja. The Bikkurriman reintroduced some kind of zany pop culture characters of their own in 2000. So that's the 2000 series. These ones that are like hyper hologram. They have like 6 different holographic sheets that got this this new series roaring. Bikkurriman kind of took a break in the 90s. And so they're more cartoony. There's less of the Pantheon feel. It's more kind of like a hodgepodge of like a chop suey of iconography. Like that guy's a military. This guy's like the warrior of brush and shine. You know, kind of nutty things. Opera singer over here. Motorcycle rager, elephant. Bring in some soccer, international appeal. The 2000s trying to go global. And then I got this guy in action figures, minifigure size. He's like an elephant with a head of a teacup or a water carafe. That says like Will King on top. Every once in a while they go back to English. Personified car. There's some interesting motion blur to give you the idea. That's like a spinning lottery machine. What's that guy? He's got like car side view mirrors, but he's got rear view mirrors, or he's got rear brake lights. He's got car mirrors, so it's like a motorcycle mummy. Here's a guy mixed with like a stealth bomber who's just dropping bombs like poops. Here's a guy that's a half cigarette lighter. This looks like a KitchenAid machine. That's Fist of the North Star out of order. Here's kind of like a, I don't know, some kind of geisha or like wise man sitting, but his face is of a fish. He's got eyes up here, which I don't even notice. Like I see those mustaches as eyes. This guy might be playing hockey. He's got a fork in the baseball. You can get a little bit of a glimpse of what they're trying to convey too by looking at their element. Some of them make sense, like matchstick, car, sky, matchstick people. So it's a little bit of a video game. There's an Evangelon droid. So it's like Dice, Road Rager Buddy, maybe Duck or Kappa. Here's a couple variations of this kind of like Kiss hero. He looks down here like he's wearing pajamas, but up here he looks pretty vicious. Of a vampire, undead, reptile. There's a personification of it's got a snowman thing up here, but I can't help but think it's like early American McDonald's. I think had a Speedy character, which is just a big ball. Here's a funny one. It's a wing set for this pelican that's made up of brochures. Here's a personified spray can wearing its own gas mask. Here's a magnification of a little TV character holding a chewed up corn. Here's an emotional concept of a person on stage with stage fright, and they feel like they're in like a boiling pool of water in their head. So a lot of the maybe idioms or metaphors that Japanese culture uses as like visual language comes out here. So it's like, you know, I'd have to be from Japan to know why they may make a big boiling tank of water to represent stage fright. Pig Samurai. What is that? Like a... It's like an old plant box with holly coming out of it, but he's got the sly eyes and the ready to pull a samurai sword out. What's that? Oh, that's weird. Like a double face. It's a skull wearing like a panther with tusks. Here's a character looking in a mirror with a bunch of flashlights, and he's got barbells for feet. I don't know what that shape is, if it's a bathhouse sliding screen or if it's like a radar dish. It's hard to say. There's like an opera Viking character. What's that guy sliding on? Sliding on swords for feet. Zombie colored. That's not Bikkurriman, that's the other stuff. That guy's playing baseball. That hero made it into the TV series, the red-haired Hermes character. They definitely cannibalize other cultures. You know, you'll see Greek culture, you'll see everything else. This guy's pixelated, and he's got CMYK, so it's some kind of digital print. And then here's another guy that just says straight up print. You know, so it's like he's the element of video, element of wing, element of book, element of airplane. Lots of elements out there. Element of food. Maybe that is Bikkurriman. Yeah, it just has a very generic paper type. There's one series that's just like pure cute girls. So we're probably getting into that now. Maybe Evangelon. Oh, that's the second page. Priestess. Here's like a training guide for Gundam, maybe. Space Warriors, probably Gundam. Yep. And then the kind of Hero TV Karaoke Girl series. That was like the one series of stickers I kind of regretted getting. It didn't really mean anything to me. Just a bunch of generic cute faces. I got a lot of these from Mandrake and then eBay. And then every once in a while I'll pick up some ragtag stickers from, you know, like a Korean or Japanese stores that just sell individual stickers occasionally. So we'll get more Gundam characters. That guy's like the most lucid psychopath in most of anime. 2 different colors eyes. I've seen people cosplay as him. They cosplay as him by elongating and deforming their face in the side of like a curved stainless steel basin. Kind of funny. Here's that form of a person with 4 worshippers again. Saw Zeus in that form earlier. They reuse the same structures. Insidious 4-eyed mecha, maybe from Gundam or Evangelon. She's definitely Evangelon. And here's a robot with like zombie hands coming out. Hybrid buddies. Doctor character. Here's this guy's like the fanboy. He could be the reviewer or he'd be the artist, and he draws all these girls. So it's kind of funny to think, you know, there's the 35, 45-year-old fanboy, and he's like the one author slash kind of reveler, like OWO character, EWE character, who's like reveling over all the little girls. And she's got a nose, she got a double face, that's nuts, like a tower of faces, so it's ancestral, like the Chinese funerary temples where you have a stack of faces, and then like the 10th face on your forehead is your 9th generation ancestor. Yeah, it's like half masks on that character. Interesting composition. Here's like a little cute little puppy, black and white, with a pharaoh Egyptian style headdress. There's that Tubby Geek again. Kind of awkward, you know. That series is like 30 pictures of cute little karaoke girls, live singer, J-pop, and then that guy. Here's a great series, Dai's Adventure. Well, not those. Those are different series, I bet. Maybe they are the same. They look a little different. Maybe later characters, like, you know, Lupus and Flying Slime, Drake, Wyvern, King Slime. Maybe Lupus or Bad Toadstool, Gollum, Goldbrick. Couple heroes, main character, side character. Here's a gun, so it might be like Dragon Quest 7 or so. But you know, the main character is the guy wearing blue. Second character, Arturo, is wearing yellow, green. That might be a bad guy, you know, white and black. A little bit different treatment on these stickers. They're Bikkurriman, but they kind of have this blended background. And these ones form evolutions of the characters. So I got Anteater, Wincing, Anteater, Eyes Open. So usually they came in a double set. Same character, different feelings. Same character, different feelings. 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah, there's that benevolent. Now he's a Joker. It's like the benevolent Zeus's uncle character. One-eyed Oni. There's the pharaoh headdress style again. That guy's chest is a piece of cake in a cage, kind of fun. There's a fox with many tails. And then we got maybe Fist of the North Star heroine right there. That face might be made of a LP. That guy's got a sonic attack. This guy's body is interesting. Got these falling off kids' toys, rings. This guy's whole face is a landscape. Interesting art project there. Kind of benevolent hero, priestess head made out of a water drop. His head's a pool on a plateau. This guy's holding a chainsaw and a nuclear warhead, and he's like a angry reptile fish. That guy's same old thing. Like he's got the cake in a cage, and he's also got an apple and a bear trap. That's like, and he's got combat clothing. It looks like he's got the pull cord to get you to tempt for those foods. This guy's nutty. He's got a cat of nine tails, fox over here, chicken claw there, reptile claw there, tiger foot there, and then an ape arm there. He's got bat wings, and he's got the fox, and he's got a snake on his tongue. That guy has like 7 different animal elements all rolled into one. Unbelievable. Never know what you're gonna see. There's some more of the girlies. Got kind of vampiric girl. They all have, at the very least, the archaic smile. They're going for cheer. Peacock Feather Priestess. There's Princess Peach again. Funny little fishnets toddler there. There's some kind of like rage musician, like 1980s Twisted Sister, kind of grunge performer. She's got a bowling pin for a staff. And super evil bad guy from that's probably Dai's Adventure. There's the hero from Dai's Adventure again. There's the Mayan warrior character again. See how they just do hybrid colors for the palette. Another one of the opera singers. Institution on their forehead. Looks like they got the Nazi sign or the backwards solar sign. Buddhist. Good luck. Prosperity. Toothpaste tube. Look at all those Zeuses. Zeus fights. Look, he's got the reptile head, and then here's the reptile bad guy. So, pretty cool color palette swaps here. Some more nutty side characters, reminiscent of like Garbage Pail Kids. So personification of any old random material possession. There's a quartet singing group. That guy's an upside down bulb. You can see the tungsten filament, and he's got like an electric chair cap, but that guy's got a toothpaste tube on his forehead. That guy's pumping himself up with, he calls himself O2. That guy's got a lily pad on his forehead. He's a frog. This guy's a fish that catches fish. This guy's got 2 bridges that go through him. Might have some 2x4s in his head, some kind of honey drop on his head. Weird. Sumo wrestler, judo guy with made of rock. Here's like this. I don't like this one at all. Albert Einstein looking guy, or Edgar Allan Poe. He's got ink and rose. You never know. Like in America, Edgar Allan Poe would always be morose, and Einstein would be connected more to math. Than this guy looks kind of literary. So here's their play on kind of a Peter Pan. Here's a whale with a mustache holding an egg. And look at those arm and elbow braces. He's got like rubies for pads. Here's a really epic character. Kind of an indigenous warrior child with feather hair, dress plumes, taking on the personification of the wind eagle. Here's an interesting motion blur. He's got his clothing's made out of graphing paper. He's got old style inkwell pen for fingers and for little ascot. And he's got some kind of bull horns. He's got kind of like autumn leaves on his forehead. He's got the motion blur for his hand. What does it mean? Triple elephant, egg, punching glove, magnifique hand gesture for like, good cooking in Italy. There's that trippy bell girl again with the ring my bell underskirt thing. There's a captain. Looks like he's a steamship captain with a fan for a face. Here's another one of those feminine phallic, or what's under the kimono is like here it's like a stave, so they're like a fence post. And then her skirt, or she's sitting on the clouds. This one looks kind of like a man with a mustache wearing a wedding dress. He's got kind of a Afghan head wrap. And over here we got a nun with a mallet. That looks a little bit like Don Quixote with an old lance, skinny, wiry disposition. And then she's got a perfect sun face. It's like the personification of a sphere. That guy's got a banjo. That's the white and blue. I'd say it's like pajama muumuu that Torneco wears. There's another robot character. He's touching his own interface handset. That guy's got a magnet. Looks like he's got a baseball catcher's mitt catcher's helmet, and then he's got a pickaxe, and he's playing baseball with a magnet. That's cool. Here's some kind of like Vincent Van Gogh's. He's got a ramen bowl, but that movie Vincent Van Gogh, Van Gogh's dad, or the character in that movie looks like he was like a postman. So it's institutional. That's like military or government worker from 80 years ago. It's kind of vampire holding a whistle, and he's got cues on his robe. Ocarina, and that's the face of the lizard. There's a fight between that weird African head mask and some kind of spiky buddy, mohawk buddy. There's personification of a windmill. Some bad bear with a bear claw, mace. So these guys all have maces. Or that guy's got a recorder and a bone, spiked bone club. That guy's got kind of a fork and kind of a trumpet or a kazoo. Here's a voodoo doll nailed to a stave. There's Aladdin's lamp and a scimitar of sorts. So you get the feeling he's from the Arabias. That's got the military camouflage on the windmill's blades. So here's another one I accidentally bought. It's a series of personifications. They get like the idioms of their favorite baseball guys. So he's like blur motion, hits everything everywhere, throws the world ball. Some kind of ceremonial staff or banner here. This guy's got the power of water dragons to throw as a pitcher. Not sure what this guy's got going on. Some kind of inner light. This guy's a rocket thrower. This guy's an eagle thrower. This guy's a phoenix outfielder. Samurai form. He's wearing like a hybrid. What's it called? Hakama. It's kind of like a hakama, a samurai style footing. He's got the traditional sock and wooden clog, and then he's got like a blade for his. I don't even know. He's holding a spear staff, but he's a baseball player. But it looks like he's cooking. He's got like a wok in the other hand. That's a weird one. Here's a guy that's just got bananas in his champion trophy. I'm not sure what this is. Oh, it's a fan. kind of peaceful guy. Here's a lead singer kind of character with his microphone staff. Here's the balls inside of a ball. It's kind of like an illusionist throws a tiger ball. He's wearing tiger. He's got the rockabilly, the Fonz haircut. So he's just the cool guy. He's got a cowboy rocket cannon. This guy plays marionette with his baseball. And then this guy's kind of like the disco dancer. This guy's got some kind of military rocket triple ball. And then that guy's straight out of Samurai Showdown with the hand inside of his clothes. He only needs one hand to win. What a conservative. And we move on to some other funny characters. So that's like, this might be One Piece. So he's like half the main pirate in One Piece and half the indigenous South American warrior. So sometimes you only see the references if you look hard enough. Here's that funny dog character, clown character. There's the One Piece. So there's that clown face. I can't help but think that that's the clown demon coming out of the egg. So we saw some others where they had the matching pair, like Demon Slayer had the hero in which one of the Bikkurriman Pantheon that they like duo teaming up. But on these ones, they made it so that the characters, like that's Zeus, the dog in the form of Zeus, because he's wearing the lizard headdress. And then there's one of the characters from One Piece wearing the indigenous feather plume. Here's some older ones. A little more cartoony. Cool characters like a pizza with a cheese monster, visible brain. Dang, 1 foot with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 foot. 7 foot, kind of like Cyclops foot. Here's this looks like Ratfink, where he's some kind of cannon, medieval rolling trebuchet or something. No, he's also a face. There's some kind of fiery mountain. What's it holding? Oh, he's got irons. So you got elements. That's a mushroom element, like a mandrake. The camo texture. There's the volcano. I thought this was water, but it's like a obsidian blue rock, and then it's volcano spewing out of his forehead. Oh, same character. Here's Fist of the North Star buddies. That one's funny. That's Zeus with some, that's like homage to a particular character that does the art for these series. Fist of the North Star, second hero, personification through Zeus. That guy's scary. Fist of the North Star. Here's a Kinnikuman, kind of nutty. He fights that one guy with no head. He's got eyes on his nipples. Good series. Kind of like the Aztec or Shiva Krishna, 6-armed guy. So you might have had these in the 80s. These characters are the action figures that made it into America. The pink eraser characters. Here's that spring guy. I love that spring guy. So now we're getting. There's 4 more of the. That guy's praying mantis. 4 more of the baseball styles. That guy's got cyber arms. That guy's got some kind of lion personification with a wrestling belt. There's some kind of fire swinger. A couple more nutty monsters. And then these just happen to be the same format. Any old sticker I could collect fit in. So we got the Dragon Quest series, kind of like Dai's Adventure. They're just strict traditional to the characters you fight in the Showdown game called Dragon Quest. Dragon Quest 1, you can only fight 1 monster at a time, which I thought was very baseball-like, very honor one-on-one fighty. there's the special sticker that came with the minifigure for that character. And here's some of the original Necros Fortress cards. So you can see these are like power-up pickups in the Necros Fortress game. So the ones like Pipe Compass and Flytrap are more of the essence of the original Bikkurriman pranks to put around your house. Traveling Salesman, Watermelon Eater, Narcissistic Mirror Obsessed Bird, Weightlifting, Grandma with the Child, Cakes and Cookies and Tea, Mom, a little bit zombie style for the skin, some Oni demons, some samurais, a lot of reptiles. Here's a personification of old steam train. There's a nutty double face, I'm not sure, like a grandma with an extra grandma coming out of her neck. And then a marching band style character. Here's a whale on top of like spiked reptile legs. Lots of fun hybrids. There's a personification of I don't know if it's a trash cart or a gold cart, mine cart maybe. That guy's injecting himself in the stomach, an ant, nutty. That's a female body, but it's got a kind of a mean monster head, and it looks like kind of canastas for flamenco dancing. So they just grab other cultures. Here's some really nice prism cards. That guy's got a giant pair of shears with blood on them. That guy's got 1,000 yen stacks of money. He's all hypnotized by his cash. Here's kind of like a transvestite character. He's got chains, links, he's got fishnets, but he's like an old monster demon dude. Pretty nutty. That guy's some kind of, gosh, what does that look like? Kind of like Tron Bon or Robbie the Robot. There's a Japanese character that's just a big red roundy robot. He's pretty popular, so that's playing on him. So you made it through this interesting collection. That brand says Futura, so those weren't made by lot. These stickers might cost $1 to $4 each. Maybe 50 cents for the cheapos.